do that.
Yeah.
Are you in favor of using like something, let's just say awesomedentistry@gmail.com, or, ordering at awesomedentistry.com?
Ordering at awesomedentistry.com.
Why?
Yeah, I think it comes across more professional, and there's a lot of ways, again, depending on how your servers are set up and your email accounts, to make them group emails so that they are being sent to the right people, whether it's a shared email list or a shared inbox. And so it's, depending on how you set it up, there are much easier benefits than it just being a Gmail account that multiple people have access to. But anything that can make it more professional, I'm also just a big fan of.
Just on that rabbit hole in emails, if the office's name is, what is the town? McKinney? Mm-hmm. Let's just say McKinney Family Dentistry and Orthodontics. Like, are you in favor of orders at McKinney Family Dentistry and Orthodontics.com? Because we've seen that, right? Like, it's annoying.
Oh, I would definitely find a way to shorten that.
But like, would you tell them, like, fine, keep that one, like, hello at McKinney Family Dentistry and Orthodontics.com, but then shorten it to like FDAO.com, something like that. Yeah. And then just have everybody in the team use those shorter emails. Yeah.
I mean, I would somehow find a way to, it doesn't help if it's some incredibly long domain name. And so if there is a way to make it recognizable still, but where shorter. It's, shorter, definitely go that route.
Yeah. So I didn't know you actually like advise or do you actually help people set up their Gmail accounts or like business Gmail accounts?
So we don't do the actual technical side of it, but yes, in terms of like, these are the emails you need and then who should be on them and what logins you're using for which ones, yes. We do.
What emails do you typically recommend people to set up?
So the main ones are going to be billing and
like billing
hello.
Ads.
Yes. Hello or info. It's something like operations that's specifically more for the doctors and their office manager. That's going to be one.
That would be operations at, or would you call it ops?
Yeah, operations.
Like a full spelled out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is one. And so those are probably the three.
Orders. AP.
Well, yeah, and that's definitely one. It depends on like how they're going to be using it because it can fall in the billing. And I try to not advise on too many, depending on how big their practice is, or how small, really. I don't want it to get too complicated where it becomes too much to manage, or they're like, I don't know which one to send it to, so I'm just going to send them all to this one. Because then again, that defeats the purpose.
Right.
And so it's the bigger the practice, the more emails there will, exist then.
Yeah. And so you would be in favor of setting up those general emails like the billing, the operations, where stuff is being sent out, but then you still have your Dr. Awesome at...
Yes. And it's not necessarily...
Megan.
Yeah. It's not necessarily for stuff to be sent out. It's for things to come in.
Right.
So it is, when you're having all those invoices after you have orders, that all those invoices are coming into one place. And that when that one person leaves, they're not, and you shut off their email, that now all of a sudden you're having to go back in and go, okay, now we've got to change that email address everywhere. Or what was being sent to that person. And having to chase down and figure all that out is really, can become really complicated the longer that person has been there and depending on what they were in charge of.
Right.
And so and especially with logins too. So then if it's of a really important login that was tied to one person, and then if they had 2-factor authentication tied to them. And so
that goes to their cell phone.
Yes,
oh my
exactly.
God, that's my favorite.
Oh, I know.
And then I got a call. Megan just left, and you're like, God, I gotta call Megan.
Yep, we didn't think about that before we
Yeah,
decided to
right.
terminate her.
Before I said something. Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
That is so cool. So